Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I have some interesting things to talk about. Sorry if I'm not too open and ecstatic today. I just woke up, so it's going to take me a minute. But I am in my new daily driver. I've been swapping cars like crazy lately, trying to find a good daily driver. And I found this thing. 1990 240 coupe, and it's white, just like my other one, other than my other one's a 93, but I got two white coupes now. But the difference is this one's a single cam automatic, and the other one was a 5-speed dual cam, which is now going 1UZ and all that stuff. Just picked this up the other day, paid $1,500 for it, so pretty much my tax return, and it's alright. If you can tell, it's quiet. I can speak and be able to think and hear myself, and I don't have to talk over myself for the video. And if you can see, it is a decently warm day outside, and I have the windows up because this is another 240 with AC. So both of my 240s so far have had working AC, good working AC. The interior of this thing is beautiful. The door panel's coming up a bit, and I mean, there's small little parts that suck. Dash is cracked and stuff, and there's no headliner, but what is here is nice, and I'm not planning on changing any of that. The carpet's really clean. Like all the console stuff's clean, the steering wheel's clean, and I really like that. The exterior is a little bit of a different thing. It's completely stock. Someone switched out the pig nose for a shark nose, which I'm planning on getting back next weekend because I like pig front bumpers with a lip a lot better. It does have rust, especially on the front frame rails, on where it bends up into the engine bay. And there's a little bit on top of the strut towers, not on the sides where it's sketchy, but just on the top there's a couple spots, and on the quarters there's a couple spots. But I grinded those down as much as I can and painted over them to try to slow it down a little bit, just in case if I want to get it fixed, I still have that body panel there to be able to go off of. And the paint is kind of crappy. I mean, it's 20 years old, so it's not going to be perfect. The sunroof, that's a funny story. This is not a sunroof car originally, and somebody put an aftermarket sunroof in it, and then the previous owner told me that the guy that put the sunroof in, he had his car running and had his kid inside of the car, and the kid locked the doors and freaked out, so he had to cut all the seals to be able to pull the sunroof out to get his kid out. So that thing leaks, but at the times you don't expect it. Like if it's raining outside, you're kind of like, you know, don't rain on me, but it won't. And you'll drive away, and 20 minutes of raining will go by, and then it'll stop, and it'll dry up. You're like, okay, so it's dry now. And then you'll start to turn a corner, and it'll all pour off into your crotch or into your passenger scratch. That's the only place that it leaks, and it's annoying as fuck. Alright, so engine stuff. It is a single cam with over 200,000 miles on it. It runs okay, other than I think that I have a fuel injector stuck open or something going on with the fuel injector, because it runs super rich and it runs like a tractor half the time. But when you're under throttle, it will start to bog, and then it'll catch itself, and then it'll just run its balls off. So I'm going to try to find some injectors, swap those out, see if that could be the problem, and go from there. You can kind of see how it's just kind of like sputtering in and out. I cleaned the connections on the injectors, and I changed spark plugs, and the plug wires look perfectly new. So not entirely sure what it could be. I'm going to start digging into that soon. It has stock exhaust with, I think, like a weird looking muffler on it. It's like an oval or something. Suspension, I'm not sure anything about it because I haven't really looked at it yet. I've only had this car for a few days. It almost bogged down and died. And there's a cop behind me, and I don't have plates on this. This is interesting. But yeah, on my way home, I ended up getting pulled over and had to date the title. And I am not able to go to the DMV and get this thing registered and everything yet. So I have to drive around with no plates. I guess we're good. Transmission wise, this is the first automatic I've owned since my very first vehicle, which was a truck. That was about 3-4 years ago. So it's kind of weird driving an automatic again. There was a car in the ditch. What are you doing? Anyways, this is my first time owning an automatic for a long time. So I keep trying to push in the clutch and slamming on the brakes. Keep having my hand on it, and I keep trying to move it when I'm slowing down and trying to put it in neutral and shit. But so this is hard to get used to, but it's kind of funky on the shifts because sometimes you'll pull away and it'll shift just fine, no big deal. But sometimes when you first put it in drive, you hit the gas, it'll kind of neutral drop itself every now and again. And sometimes you'll want it just to shift smoothly and low RPMs just so you can just get going easily. It'll want to kind of rep itself out. But that's not all the time, but again, it's a super old tranny, so who knows what's going on. Having AC again is amazing. I am so okay with this. AC and heat works fine, like I said earlier. Having full interior is great. This is good. It's so tempting not to switch all this black interior into my other car and just put all the tan stuff that I have in the other car in this. Alright, so plans with this car. First of all, get it running right. Try to figure out what this sputtering is. Then after that, I'm just going to keep driving it, get it legal, drive it every day, and slowly just clean things up on it. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is starting to slowly piece together 5-speed stuff and eventually 5-speed swap this, get better coilovers, and I think I'm going to put my LSD from my other car into this and then use the open from this diff, and then use the open diff from this car to weld to put into the 1UZ car. So then I'll have a diff that locks up decently well for this and then a welded for that. But once I do all that, this will be kind of like a daily street car. I don't know what you call it. It's just a car that I can slide around and drive every day. But for now, I'm just going to drive it. Just drive it every day and enjoy it. Enjoy having AC and a comfortable car. Oh, another thing is I'm getting rid of these seats. Getting rid of these seats as soon as possible for S14 seats. Because S14 seats are comfortable as hell compared to these things. Owning an automatic is already screwing with me because I got in my racing sim last night and I have a G27 and I sat down, I got a car, got in the lobby, and as soon as I got in, I tried to put it in drive. I was in like 3rd gear or something already and I tried to push a button in and put it into drive. That really confused the hell out of me because I've been sitting here screwing up thinking that it's a manual car and now I'm thinking everything's an automatic. With the Cavalier, I forgot about that thing. I'm trying to forget about that thing. Pretty much I'm just going to put it on Craigslist, try to get rid of it, and put money that I get from that into this, and then hopefully put like $500 into wheels for the other car. Update on the other car. My bell housing is finished in the machine shop. I had to get it milled down 1/8 of an inch. but I don't have the money to be able to get it out today, so I think next week at some point I should be able to get it out, and then I can put a K gearbox to it, then put it on the 1UZ, then put the 1UZ in the car, and then go from there. But other than that, I think that's it for today. I don't know if there's anything else I should really cover about this car. There's nothing really cool about it. It's just a daily driver. Okay, so that is all for today. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to comment about it, because I have nothing better to do than look at comments that I never have. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.